I got nothing. What I announced the other night at the Celtics game is where we're at right now. Nothing has changed.
So nothing done with Mayweather,
No, nothing's changed. Next week.
Did he sign an executable agreement?
Who?
Conor?
Yeah.
How much money?
He's going to make a couple bucks. He's going to do all right. Listen, if this fight goes off, if it even happens, and if the thing does what everybody thinks it can do, Conor's going to make a lot of money.
Do you think the tie will be just to the amount of money that's in this contract with Mayweather? Is it all about that dollar amount?
What do you think?
In your opinion, does it all hinge upon the dollar amount on that contract with Mayweather's fight?
No, on Mayweather's side, it's going to be whether we can come to a deal or not to put on this event.
A date for that now. That was the date that we were shooting for, provided we could get the deals done. And we're not even that far along in the process, so I guess I don't need to worry about the date anymore.
Okay, well, if a date can't be arranged in 2017, do you think there's any chance we see Conor fight in the UFC this year at all?
Yeah, Conor wants to fight. Conor wants to fight Floyd. Conor wants to fight twice this year. So, we'll just have to see how this thing plays out.
Okay, well, a superstar showdown. A lot of people are very excited for that. Now, talking about timelines, last month in Buffalo, you did say we could expect a date for the return of Georges St-Pierre within about a week. Any update on that front?
Nope. Obviously, I was expecting him to fight this summer. That is not the case, so we'll see what happens. I know he recently came out and said he'd like to fight in November. I like Georges St-Pierre. He's a great guy. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Well, to some other Canadian news, the UFC recently announcing UFC 216 would be held in Edmonton. What made you choose Edmonton for this year's lone Canadian pay-per-view?
Well, listen, you know how I feel about Canada. I've said it a million times. Love it up there. Some of the greatest events we've ever held have been in Canada, and it's time for Edmonton.
Time for Edmonton. Love it. Now, looking ahead to this weekend, you have heavyweights in the main event. Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos. Dos Santos won their first match. That went 5 rounds. You expecting a similar slugfest this time around?
I don't know. It's interesting. Stipe Miocic is a completely different fighter now. Since losing, a close decision to Junior Dos Santos in their first fight, he's gone on and knocked everybody out. He won the world title by knockout and defended it by knockout. I think Stipe Miocic is a completely different fighter, and I don't see this going to a decision again. We'll see what happens.
All right, a busy weekend ahead. Dana, enjoy UFC 211. Thanks so much for this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Floyd better hope he don't run into Conor on the street. Let me tell you what, not only will Conor kick his ass, he'll kick the shit out of every one of his security guards too. So, 100%. 100%. I would love to be there when Floyd tries to slap Conor McGregor.
He is the UFC, so Dana is just an employee.
Let me tell you what, that fight will happen before Floyd walks up and tries to slap Conor. I promise you that, too. He'll kick his head to another planet, and then he'll murder every one of his security guards.
He says you're not the A side, you're the scared side. Your response to that?
Well, we'll just see. We know I'm the A side. Of course, it shows throughout the years. So many record-breaking numbers that we have done, me and my team. So we'll just see what the future holds. Hopefully we can make the fight happen.
First of all, Floyd thinks he's so much bigger than Conor. He's wrong. Listen, Floyd's gone undefeated for 20 years. I give him all the credit in the world for doing that. But for him, Conor's been around for 3 or 4 years. For him to think that he's a much bigger star than Conor isn't true. And I'm not gonna pay him way more money than I'm going to pay my guy.
What would you like for it? Can you give us a number? 100 million, 200 million? What do you think is fair for you? Because he continues to say that he's the A side, right? So you need to kind of come a little lower. What would you like? Tell us your terms.
He's the scared side. Let's be honest. He's not trying to have a real fight. He needs rules to protect him. I don't need rules. So he can say he's this and he's that, but in reality, he's scared shitless.
Let me tell you what, we all know $25 million isn't peanuts, and so does he. He's hanging his watch out the window. His watch is the problem, okay? When you're wearing a watch that's $250,000, You're going to need 25 million real quick, pal. Real quick. And hey, Floyd, taxes are coming up too, buddy.
They're not on my level. They are not on my level. Roger Mayweather, I'm not saying fuck the Mayweathers, but Roger said most people don't know shit about boxing. Well, Conor McGregor says most people don't know shit about fighting. Trust me, I don't care what rule set it's under. Most people don't know shit about fighting. I'm gonna teach him about true fighting. And that's it. I land one on the dome, anywhere on the dome. He's gonna know about it.
Hey man, so now you got the boxing license now. Are you gonna fight Floyd?
What's he trying to get Floyd? What's Floyd gonna do? We're looking for anyone.
Well, he's been talking all this.
I'm the one with the numbers. We're looking for anyone.
Well, he's talking all this smack about you.
This mutant ninja to all you.
That's what's up, man. You're the man.
Floyd said that he made an offer. He never made an offer. It's not true. I made an offer. Okay? So if you're serious, there's a real offer. Where do we go?
No problem. We don't know what's next. I have titles to defend as well. I deserve to see the scorecards there. I think. It was very close. 4 rounds, 5-4, and then he was winning the 10th. I think 4 rounds, and then he had 5, and he was winning the 10th, and it stopped early enough. Like, tell him to look, even the referee, when he came into the bleeding dressing room, like, I'm wrestling clinches all day, or wrestling grapplers all day, and I was like, mate, what are you even mentioning that for? Like, it's like, and he was looking, when he was giving the instructions, he was looking right at me. I want a clean, clear fight, and I was almost, before we started the fight, I was almost going to say, mate, he's in the fight as well, because he was hitting me when we were tied up as well. But I thought the ref did a great job from letting the fight play out. I just think the stoppage was a little early. Let me go out with my shield. Let me go down. You know what I mean? There was, what, a minute left, 50 seconds left. Look very, very closely before you stop a fight of that magnitude. Not rattled once, so what can you do? In a way, I'm happy for them. 50 and all, you know what I mean? They rolled in and took the belt and took the money belt and all the things called. What way would that have been? So, what can you do? Fair play to him. I'll take my hat off to him every day. He was composed. I don't think he was as single shots. Good straight right hands to the body. But I had him early rounds, I thought, and then whatever. It's his composure that won him that fight, and his experience. So hats off to him.
Is this the most you've enjoyed yourself in your fighting career?
Man, I enjoy fighting. Period. All fights. I love fighting. I don't think. Have you interviewed me after a fight? I love a good knock. That was a good knock with a good, solid competitor. That's it. I was like, fair play to you, kept composure. I thought I had you in the early rounds, but you kept smart, you kept composed, and you took me out towards the end. Fair play to you. But when I took you back in that force exchange, it would have been over there and then. That's the truth. Like, he was throwing his right hand, he threw his right hand, and then he'd leave his frame here. And when his frame was on me, I'd peel and get to the back. I finished many fights early because I have prepared for the full distance. This is no different. I am prepared to go the full 12 rounds with this man, but I am also prepared to knock him out in 10 seconds, and it would not surprise me if that happens. So it wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't surprise you if you would knock him out in 10 seconds? 10 seconds into the fight.
It would be my third fastest KO in my career.
And you think that's a realistic possibility?
I believe so. Size, reach, power, precision, all in my favor. I hit you, you fall.
A broken man. What was your message to him on the stage there after the weigh-in?
He can't keep up with me in my pace. No way. I'm gonna run through him.
How do you think this fight will go? Tell the world how you think this fight will go.
What? Knockout. He's gonna be stiff. He's gonna go like this, and then he's gonna hit the floor at 100 miles an hour, like they all do. I turn men into statues, and then they crash on the canvas. Thank you.
I think Floyd's frames were nice. When he throws a shot, he does a smother his ugly frames. And early on, when he was framing on me, I was shucking him and taking his back. But I'm like, midway through the fight, when I had his back, the referee just resetting us in the middle, and I'm like, somewhere in the middle of all that, I was like, I'm using valuable energy here to get to this man's back. And then we're just being reset to go again, so it kind of flustered me a little bit, and he was able to capitalise on it. He's very very composed, picks his shots very well, bounces shots off himself very well, and hides himself well. You know what I mean? I believe he was scored a few times, but he keeps his composure. He doesn't show it. So, look, I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a fun fight.
Conor, straight ahead. Yeah. Congratulations on a great performance tonight. I wonder if you referenced it a little bit about boxing and MMA are different. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit and explain what you liked about the boxing business and what you prefer about the MMA business?
You know, the check is all right. The check's not bad. But look, I'm gonna try. I've already been raising the MMA check, so don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna raise the MMA checks when I go back there. No, just the whole. It's just a lot more. I don't know what the fuck the difference is, but it's different. It's very different. It's just a little bit more cleaner or something. But I tell you what, I enjoyed it very, very much. It was an honour for me to come over here in the boxing side and showcase my skills. I know there was a lot of disrespect and disregard for my skill. You know what I mean? I'm a multiple weight free fighting world champion. I was a little bit taken back by the disrespect and the disregard that I was shown. In fairness, Floyd and his team never actually showed that disrespect. It was just the overall, everyone else. And it was almost like a little bit of a jealousy thing, so I kind of just got over it. But the disrespect for my skill set was a little bit, you know, it took me back a little bit, but I always knew that when the fight comes around August 26th, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give a good account of myself. I thought I'd put him out there, and I went to put him out. And I believe the first couple of shots flustered him, and I hit him a few times, but then he started reading, and he started parrying the shots well. He had a good strong parry on his lead hand. He dipped low, caught the body shots well. When he started engaging in his right hand to the body, I thought it was very well. I enjoyed the fight. It was a great contest, and a lot of stuff I'll take with me in my training. That's people ask me what's next. I'm not quite sure what's next. I have multiple titles in the UFC to think about. I can also continue in the boxing game. So what's next for me is continue to study and continue to learn. I'm a student of martial arts and fighting as a whole. I've studied everyone in the game, in all games, including Floyd. And it was an honour to share the ring with him and get up close and personal. I feel I held my own really. I feel it was close. I feel 5-4. I feel it was 5-4 into round 10. I would have liked to get to the bell to see what was what.
Conor, this was the longest fight of your career, your previous longest...
Oh, that whiskey tastes so good! Oh, shit. Notorious Irish whiskey. Coming in soon. Don't think I stop for half a second. I'm going to take over the Irish whiskey market. This is delicious, so keep an eye out.